Thank you, and good morning. I'm truly honored to stand here today as your 2010 NAILBA chairman, and I thank you for the opportunity to serve. This year, however, has not been about me. It's about you and your association. So in an attempt to bring you up to date, here's what I'll try to accomplish during my time with you this morning. First, I want to provide a brief update regarding the state of your association. I want to highlight NAILBA's key service initiatives and products for the year. I certainly want to remind you of specific NAILBA committees and the opportunity for your participation. And I want to take the time to express my appreciation and extend various thank yous. And finally, it will be my pleasure to introduce this year's Chairman's Award recipient. So, with respect to the state of your association, your board of directors, along with management and staff, have worked diligently to manage NAILBA in a fiscally prudent manner. We never lose sight of the fact that this is your association and your money. Over the last couple of years, we've re-examined several initiatives in order to more effectively prioritize our objectives using currently available resources. Now, the purpose of NAILBA, envisioned by our founders, remains strong. Like you, however, NAILBA's had to adapt to a changing environment. Know that NAILBA leadership continues to have the best interests of independent brokerage in mind as we continue to evolve to maintain our relevance as a market force in the insurance and financial services community. Now, while the annual meeting is always the icing on the cake as far as accomplishments for the year, it's not our only accomplishment. This year, we introduced the BGA Contracts Manual, updated the Field Underwriting Guide, and provided enhancements to the E&O program. We also launched the new NAILBA website and corporate identity. All of these are wonderful resources that can help you on a regular basis within your agencies. 2010 also saw expansion of the Executive Forum, NAILBA's other meeting, providing targeted high-level programming for industry executives and agency principals. This new format has been well received, and it's been in place for the last couple of years now. And next year's forum is at Turnberry in Florida, May 18th through 20th, and I strongly encourage your participation. As previously mentioned, 2010 saw expanded government affairs activities, including regular interaction with other industry associations and communication with the legislative liaisons at our various carrier partners, along with ongoing outreach to specific legislators. All in all, a very busy and we believe focused and productive year. But these accomplishments could not have happened without the work of our committees and our outstanding volunteers. NAILBA committees include strategic communications, professional development, marketing, membership, and government affairs. And I want to express my gratitude to all of the committee chairmen and volunteers for all of your work throughout the year. After all, there were nearly 100 volunteers for the committees and the foundation board, so thank you. But to remain viable, we need others in the audience to pitch in and volunteer. So please reach out to one of the board members or the staff and let them know of your interest. We live in interesting times, and there's challenges ahead, but I remain optimistic for our industry and for our association. And part of the reason for the optimism is because of the people in this room and your willingness to get involved. So don't stop now. The last several years, I've had the good fortune to serve on the board, executive committee, and this year as your chairman. So obviously, I've got lots of people to thank, not only for their help during my years of NAILBA service, but throughout my years in the business. First and foremost, I want to thank my wife, Georgia. She encouraged my participation and put up with the extra time and travel that it involved. And for those of you that know me in Georgia, you know I should be thanking her for just putting up with me, period. So thank you. I love you. I have to tell you, I'm also a little bit jealous of some of the recent past chairmen, specifically Doug Mishkin, John Felton. They had their kids on stage. They carried them around. It looked like a lot of fun. And I thought about it. But considering my kids are in their 20s, I didn't think it was too practical. But I want to acknowledge my son and daughter, Zachary and Rachel. I've always tried to be there for them, and I appreciate that they're here for me now. So thank you. I love you, and I'm proud of you. And now it's been recorded. You can never say I never told you so. You know, one of the greatest things about the business are the mentors we have along the way. And I can't imagine any industry that can be better than ours in that regard, and I've been most fortunate. I owe them all a debt of gratitude. First among them, my dad, Al Rosen, his partner, Bob Katzen, my partner. He was a former NAILBA chairman, so he certainly led by example. But I'm also fortunate to include among my many mentors some of the founders of our industry, individuals like Mendy Lerner, George Van Dusen, Bob Hofer, Mike Flynn, and scores of others. I want to thank my brother and business partner, Steve Rosen, who, along with our agency staff, made my involvement more manageable, and obviously all of the NAILBA volunteers, former chairman, and board members. Now, all of us realize that the people around us can either help propel us forward or hold us back. And I want to thank the NAILBA staff for all of their efforts moving the organization forward. They brought a tremendous amount of energy and enthusiasm to the task at hand and quite honestly made this a lot of fun. So thank you. I specifically want to mention this year's executive committee by name, your incoming chair, Christy Doffenbaugh, treasurer, Dexu Makubo, secretary and fellow Pittsburgher, Ray Phillips, past chair, Gary Dworkin. Thank you for your excellent counsel, and most of all, thank you for your friendship. From a leadership perspective, your association's in very good hands. And finally, special thanks to two very important friends, without whom I probably wouldn't have made it through the year. I'm referring to Jack Chason, NAILBA's executive director, who enabled me to focus on the important stuff. And also my good friend Jack Daniels, who helped me this year more than any of you will ever know. At any rate, there you have it, an overview of your association, a reminder to participate, an update on all the great opportunities that NAILBA provides. Now, this is not just your association. This is your meeting. All the logistics have been addressed, but we need your enthusiasm and your participation to make this a truly great event. Thank you. Thought you were rid of me, huh? One of the nicest of my duties as chairman is the opportunity to recognize the outstanding contributions of NAILBA members in service to the association. So it's with great pleasure that I have the opportunity to present this year's Chairman's Award. Now, to say that this person's gone above and beyond what would typically be expected for an association volunteer would be an understatement. And not only for this year, but for many years. As the political and economic environment has become more challenging, NAILBA's role has shifted and placed increased emphasis into efforts addressing the challenges to our industry. But since the beginning of these efforts, one name has been synonymous with NAILBA government affairs, Leon Huffman. Leon's been a tireless advocate. Leon's been a tireless advocate for our industry, working very closely with NAILBA's lobbyists and staff. He's been the driving force, freely giving of his time and energy. And I assure you, we are in a better position today, due in no small part to Leon's efforts on our behalf. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is truly my pleasure to introduce the 2010 Chairman's Award to Mr. Leon Huffman.